Let's see. I'm just adjusting the camera. Okay. So, welcome back to part 3. I don't know why, but I'm not feeling as motivated today as I should. So far, collectively I studied for 3 hours, I think. I want to push myself to study for 6, so I haven't had breakfast yet, and I'm a breakfast person, so I'm kind of holding myself from eating, or restraining myself from eating, until I completed 3 hours. Then it would be my kind of prize for gratification. Then dopamine get released into my brain, and just like Pavlov's dog, I'm like treating myself like a dog right now. It's like Pavlov's dog. I will just I'll get wired that if you study, good things will happen. Yeah. So let's start easy. Let's watch that last video about le. I really didn't comprehend, and I want to take it easy. No more characters for now. I just want to revise the 120 characters that I know, and I stopped at here. I stopped at part 3. Once I'm done with this, actually no, I finished this one. No, I didn't. No, I didn't finish that one. Once I'm done with this, I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna try to make it into a game where these are all the characters that I know so far, I think, and I'll count them later. And I want to see if I could mix them up and go through the whole deck of cards without missing anyone. And if I miss, I'll just reshuffle them and play again until I complete one round. 120, all of them, know them. I will forgive myself for tones. I'll give myself a tally of 5. So once I reach 5, I just do 4 lines and a cross line. If I mess up the tones, then I will reshuffle. I'll set up a rule. I have to make it into a contest or like a game. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get bored doing it. So let's start watching this video. So there's not much to do right now other than this watch. Do I have the proxy on?
My name's Fiona.
我是芳姐
And welcome to part 3 of our 请问 on the character le. And in this particular segment, we're dealing with the emphasis le. In the previous 2 videos, we talked about the action complete le. We talked about the change of state le. And now we're talking about this emphasis le. It's one of those le's that you learn. It's probably one of your first phrases in Chinese, and it's like continuously confusing up until advanced level. So we're gonna try and shed some light on this elusive le and give you some clear examples and contexts where you can use it and where you need to use it.
那这个第3个我们说语气表示强烈的一个语气的了，它也是一样在句子的最后面，所以其实常常会跟第2个那个 change of state 这个了搞在一起啊，但它们是不一样的，因为这个第3个语气强调语气的了，它跟 change of state 都没有关系。
So this particular le is often confused with the second le we talked about, the change of state le, because they both are found at the end of sentences, but they serve very different purposes. And even though the first one also deals with the tone and the mood of the sentence, and so does this one, they're there for different reasons. So let's look at one of the easiest examples you'll find.
同学们第一个学到的就是这个 phrase 太了太棒了，太好了，
太
烂
烂了
太糟了。
So this 太了 sandwich is a classic example of this third emphasis 了, right? It's there to give that extra oomph to that sentence, right? And you can't just say 太好,太棒.
没有
If you want to make a statement to say this is really good, really bad, really awesome, 太好了,太棒了,太糟了.
太好吃了。所以这样才是一个短句子，所以了一样，了在最后面，这个句子就完成了。所以呢，在这个时候，我们用这个太什么什么了，它其实没有改变，没有告诉你新的情况，没有告诉你有什么改变，也没有告诉你动作做完，只是在句子的最后面表示一个强烈的语气。
So it doesn't give you any new information. It doesn't talk about when an action or has not been completed. It's there. It's only its main function is to give extra emphasis and an extra oomph, an extra tone to the thing that you're trying to say, and it's necessary in order for you to complete that sentence.
比较常见的一种你要强调出来的情绪，常常是赞美。
So often it's used in praise, right? In situations where you're giving praise, you'll find this a lot.
或者是不满意、不高兴。
Yeah, or if you're unhappy about something and you want to show your displeasure.
或者是惊讶
or shock. 太糟了 It's terrible.
太可怕了
It's so scary.
对，所以这个了在最后就是一个真的是完全是一个情绪的表现。那除了在初级你学到这个太什么了以后呢，你就会看到在一些句子的最后面出现这个了，可是也不是第一个 complete action complete 这个了，也不是 situation change 的了，那它就是这个第三个。
So as your Mandarin kind of progresses, you'll find these annoying little l's tagged on the end of the sentences. You're like, that's not an action complete. It's not a change of state. And if that's the case, if it's neither of the above, it's probably this third type of emphasis了. So let's look at when the sentences and the situations are getting a bit more complex, and we see this了. So let's have some examples.
比方说，你打开门看到你的朋友坐在你家门口，你会说，你怎么坐在这儿了？
Yeah. So if you open your door, and suddenly your friend's sitting in your flat, like Nick Fury when in Captain America. It's like, what are you doing here? Right.
你怎么坐在这儿了？你怎么在这儿了？
So in this case, this la isn't 100% necessary, but because you're shocked in that situation, right, you want to express that shock, you need to tag that la along.
或者是呢，他哪里晓得了？
Yeah. What does he know? What does she know about it?
这个晓得了，不是说他晓得这件事完成没有，也没有改变，因为你问的是他怎么晓得了，意思是他不可能晓得。
Yeah. So in this particular sentence, you're not saying that they didn't know and now they know. You don't know if they know or not. And it's not an action complete. It's not like they learned something. You're simply saying, how would she know? I don't know. They definitely don't know, right? 他哪里晓得了？
所以这个就是一个不满意的情绪，强烈的不满意的情绪。
So here you're expressing your strong dislike, displeasure towards this thing. You're like, what would they know? Let's have one more example, Constance.
比方说呢，我想找一个人帮我做一件事，想了半天，只有想到一个，我就会说，这件事只有他能做了。
So if you thought long and hard for someone to help you on a particular project, but you can only think of that one person, you're like, I guess they're the only person that can help me.
这件事只有他能做了。
Only she can do this particular thing.
所以这个了在这里只是把句子结束说完，然后表达一种，这样子的感觉。
Yeah. So let's remove the le and let's see what we've got left, right? 这件事只有他能做. Again, it leaves the person that's listening to you like, so she can do it because, right? But if you add this le, you're kind of building in a little sigh there, right? You're saying, oh, only she can do this thing. right? So then the situation, the context becomes more clear.
那么再来就是看到这个了，把一个句子，我们刚刚说它就是放在句子最后面，表示句子说完
I
了。
finished saying what I want to say.
对。
I've either sighed, I've either showed my displeasure, my anger, or my surprise on something, and I've finished saying what I want to say.
所以最后有一个例子就是，今天我们工作了好长的时间，然后忙了很久，说啊，我们今天就弄到这儿了。
So this is where we're getting to today on this particular thing that we're doing.
所以这边这个了，你可以不说哦，我们今天就弄到这儿。但是你加上这个了，表示啊，这句话我说完了。
Right. So of course, I mean, the thing is, we never want to tell you. I mean, this is a living language, right? There's no 100% right and wrong. You can definitely say 我们就弄到这儿, right? But it feels more complete, right? You're trying to emphasize, okay, this is where that's it, guys, right? 我们今天就弄到这儿了. Right, and it's these little things that will make your Mandarin sound much more native and much more natural.
我们拿一个来跟它做对照好了。比方我们说，今天我们就弄到这儿吧。同学们知道这个吧是一个 suggestion，然后我们就弄到这儿吧，有点像是好吗？好不好吗
？Yeah.
但如果你说我们今天就弄到这儿了，你已经决定这件事情。
Yeah. So there you go. There's a clear distinction there. If you say 我们今天就弄到这儿吧, you're like, should we just stop here? Should we not stop here? Right? You'll be waiting for a response. But if you say 我们今天就弄到这儿了, you've made a decision. This is where you guys are going to get to. That's it.
没错。
Just to add something on top of what we've learned for this third la is that you'll often hear it with la which then turns into la. So because this is an emphasis particle, it's very natural to tag it along with another emphasis particle. Just one thing of note, I think it does make things sound a bit cuter.
有一点
Right? So you can say like 你怎么坐在这儿了啦？
怎么坐在这儿啦？
他哪里晓得了啦？Right? So there is a kind of, if you want to be a bit more playful, but if you hear people say la or la, this is definitely the emphasis. La.
没错。
Oh, guys, okay, we've covered all three las. We've tried our best. We hope that makes things a bit clearer for you. We appreciate you'll have loads of questions and we'll try our best to answer them. As mentioned before, the teaching of la, let alone the understanding of la, is still something that's still in progress in teaching Chinese as a second language. So you have to bear with the fact that maybe there are certain cases where it's a bit more ambiguous. But these are three main categories that will definitely be useful in your learning. But once you have these three las as main guidelines, we're hoping that you'll find them much clearer when you come across them in the future.
没错。
And now we close the lid on the Pandora's box of la. In future, if we come across these las, we'll hopefully be able to refer you to these videos so you're a bit more clear on which la it is. Okay, guys, we hope you'll find these videos useful, and we'll see you again next time. 我们说完了。
下次见了，拜拜。
拜拜。Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. My name's Fiona.
大家好，欢迎来到中文播客，我是 Constance。
In today's 请问, we're talking about the age-old question. What is the difference between
能
会
可以
Now these three words you learn, as early you learn in elementary
对
level, right? However, as you progress in your Mandarin, things get a bit trickier because there's a lot of overlap in these terms. So we thought we'd bring it back to basics. So if you're an elementary student, this is a great opportunity for you to kind of see these three terms together, and you get the comparison. And if you're an intermediate and above student, maybe this little refresher video will help you really distinguish when to use what.
对，没错。
All right, first things first. Let's start with some classic examples or classic sentences of 能会可以. If you're an elementary student, I would really recommend that you note these down and possibly memorize these classic examples, because these examples will be kind of your reference to when you next kind of come across a situation like, which one do I use? 能会可以. And you can think of these classic examples and hopefully use the right one. So let's start with these examples. So let's start with 能.
好，第一个能平常的意思就是 able to be able to do something，或是 can do something。好，那我们最常听到就是你能不能帮我一个忙？
So, can you help me, or rather better, are you able to help me with this thing? 能不能帮我个忙？
对，那另外一个例子是我感冒了，不能说话。
Yeah, so I've got a cold, I can't speak, but actually it's I've got a cold, I'm unable to speak.
对，所以我们用能的时候，通常讲的都是自己的情况。我这个人，我现在做这件事有没有问题？如果没有问题，就是能；有问题的话，就是不能。
So 能 often describes one's own situation, one's own circumstance. If it's no problem doing something, then you can say 能. If there's going to be a problem for you to do something, then it's 不能.
对，那最后一个例子就是你那么聪明，一定能回答这个问题。
So you are so smart. Of course you are able to answer this question. And again, often when you're translating these sentences, they get translated to can.
对。
But the actual meaning is, of course you're able to answer this question. Now, Constance, there's a tricky thing when it comes to 能不能,
对
these questions, because often the answer is
可以。
Now, this can be a little bit confusing, especially when you're starting out learning Mandarin, because there's a good rule, right? If I say 好不好,
好，
可不可以,
可以，
能不能,
可以。
and you're like, huh? Because usually in Mandarin, when someone gives you a verb, not verb question, the easiest thing is like, just repeat the verb.
对
Whereas with 能, often the answer, often, and actually disproportionate is
可以，就是如果你说好 yes 的时候，通常会说可以，但是如果是 negative，那你就会说不能。
So let's go back to the first example. Constance, 你能不能帮我个忙?
可以啊，
So she can, right? She's able to, or she. We'll go into 可以 later, but okay. How about if you can't? Constance, 你能不能帮我个忙?
不能啊，我现在很忙。
Right, sorry, I can't. I'm quite busy right now.
对，有时候你也会听到人家说不可以耶，我没办法。
不可以, right? I can't do this.
对
Now we'll go into a little bit about 可以. Actually, we'll go into it now. How about that? First, we're going to, again, just go through these classic examples, and we'll talk about the overlap in the next section. So let's move on to 可
可
以.
以，好。最常你需要说的就是，老师，我可以去厕所吗？
Teacher, please may I go to the bathroom?
还有一个就是，老师，我可以问一个问题吗？
Teacher, can I ask a question? Now, on the textbooks, you'll often see the definition, the translation for 可以 as permission, right? There's always permission in some form or another. It's often like asking for permission to do something.
对
Now, I think it's important here just to quickly talk about this. When you need to ask for permission for something, what is the pretext? There's some kind of rule or condition that forces you to ask this question, right? If there were no rules, why would you need to ask permission?
对
So something just to bear in mind for now, and we'll go into it in the next section, like I said. So can we have a couple more examples?
好。妈妈说这个周末不可以出去玩。
My mom says I can't go out this weekend. Right? So here there's a clear case of this person being forbidden because his mom has set him some rules, right? And in this case, she's not permitting him to go out this weekend.
那还有一个例子就是，他还没结婚，我可以跟他约会。
She's not married yet. Of course I can date her, right? Right?
所以这个地方的问题不是规定，是大家这么觉得。结婚了就不应该跟他约会，还没结婚当然可以跟他约会。
So here we're referring not to necessarily law but there's things as social customs and they constitute as rules. So I think the best way to think of when you can use 可以 or 不可以 is when someone might say you cannot do something. I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but if there's ever a situation where someone says you can't, then you might have to use 可以 or 不可以. And now let's move on to 会。
会其实比较容易，会就是一个 skill，你学或是你练习，然后你就会了。
So 会 is quite simple and quite easy. As long as it's a skill you've acquired through learning, through time, then you can use 会. And one of the most common things you'll hear is
我会说中文
I can speak Mandarin. 你会说中文吗? So Chinese is obviously a learned skill. Can we have another example?
我很会喝酒
I'm a very good drinker. So this is actually a very important phrase to learn. Drinking, we feel in Mandarin, is an acquired skill, not a natural ability,
因为
right?
你要练习
Anything you need to practice, you would use 会。我很会喝酒，他不会喝酒。And then this leads on to, especially if you're starting out, you'll start learning a lot of instruments. Maybe you want to kind of talk a bit more about yourself. So if you're talking about whether you can play a guitar, a piano, you would use 会. So can we have that in Chinese?
对，我会弹吉他，我会弹钢琴，对，这个都是会。
会. And then there's another meaning for 会, right, Constance?
另外一个就是会，就是很有可能80%-90%会发生的事情。
So if something is very likely to happen, we use 会. This is very, very similar to how you would use will in English, right? So I think it's gonna rain. I think it will rain tomorrow. Right?
明天会下雨。
明天会下雨 will rain tomorrow. Can we have another example, perhaps?
我喝咖啡会睡不着。
When I drink coffee, I probably won't be able to sleep.
这个也就是说，喝了以后很有可能就不能睡了。
So after I drink it, it's very, very likely that I'm able to sleep. So if anything's kind of above 80% possibility, you can use 会.
还有一个就是，你也可以说，我每次喝咖啡都会睡不着。
Every time I drink coffee, I just can't sleep. Right? It's just fact.
对，所以它不一定都是 will， 但是有这样的意思，就是很大的机会会怎么样。
Right. So you see, when you're talking about when something's very likely to happen, this thing is often in the future, right? So not to be confused with the future tense, because Mandarin doesn't have tenses like English, right?
Oh my
but when
God.
you're highlighting that something is very likely to happen, you can use 会. Now that we've given you some basic definitions of 能会可以, I want to expand on them a little bit more and kind of root these concepts deeper into your mind. The reason that a lot of learners have trouble with these terms is because they all loosely translate as can, and also native speakers use both terms, I would say, I don't want to say interchangeably because they are three terms for a reason. So of course there are situations where, for example, you can use 能 and you can also use 可以, right? Or 会, right? But they all have subtle differences. The intention of the speaker might be unconscious, but they're distinguishing, if they're using 能 instead of 可以 or 可以 instead of 能, there's a difference there. So it's important, especially as you advance in your Mandarin, to be aware of these subtle differences and then be able to use 能会可以 appropriately.
所以我们可以先把会拿走。
Okay, so let's move 会 away, right? So 会 very simply is skill. Right?
对
I can do something, I'm able to do something. This is my skill. Okay? And then the other one is indicating very likely future event, very, very likely things to happen. So let's just put that to the side.
好，我们就从能可以开始分别。
These two are the ones that most people have trouble with, right?
对，像常常听到有一些人会说，今天我有事不能去。这个是应该要这样说，但是有一些学生像你们学了可以不可以，会想说我没办法去，你会说今天晚上我有事，我不可以去，但是我听到会以为谁不让你去。
So here, this is a classic example of where a student might use 可以 instead of 能. So let me just translate those two examples. Tonight, there's something on. I can't go, right? I can't go to this thing. If you use 能, it's the more natural way to say, 今天晚上我有事不能去你家, for example, I can't go to your house. But often learners will say 不可以 because maybe they, what you're kind of trying to memorize the definition of 可以, okay, 可以不可以. So permission, this situation doesn't permit me to go. It's not like I'm unable to go, right? Because I'm able to go, but I'm not permitted to go because of this other thing. But actually, if you say 我不可以去, a native speaker will be like, well, who's not letting you go? Your wife, your friend, your flatmate, like who's not letting you come to my house, right? So here, this is, I think, a key distinction. This permission, 可以不可以, most often comes from an external source. Your mom, your teacher, very strict or looser societal rules. There's some kind of overarching thing that's forcing you, that has power over your agency, right? And this is when you would use 可以 or 不可以. But most situations, you can just use
能不能，对，所以其实你自己说话的时候，大部分你是说能或不能，因为你自己决定。比方说，我不能借你钱，因为我没有钱。
Yeah, so I can't lend you any money because I don't have any money. Right? While it's actually you not having money that's not permitting you to lend someone money, it's actually you're just saying, no, I can't. I'm unable to. Sorry, right?
对，我的情形，我决定不做这件事就是不能。
So most often when you can decide what you can or cannot do, when you can decide what you can and cannot do, it's nearly always 能。
对，
可以 actually is much, it appears much less frequently than 能, although it always occurs in responses. So if you're asking a question, I would say, do we want to put a percentage on it? 70-80% of the time, it's most often 能, and then the rest of it might be 可以 depending on the situation.
所以常常如果是 negative response，就是他不要的时候，他会说不能。但是如果他觉得好，他会说可以。所以你们常常听到人说可以来回答你，但是你自己说话的时候，大部分说能。
That's right. So we've given you some classic examples of 能会可以. Now let's talk a little bit more about situations where they can both be used, but actually they have subtle differences. And these subtle differences is something that a native speaker picks up on. We touched a little bit upon that when we were talking about, 我不可以去你家, right? When, alarm bells will start going off and being like, who's not letting you go? Let's expand on that a little bit and let's give you another example. So recently I'm moving house. I need to get the house cleaned. I was bargaining with the cleaner, the cleaning service, and they were like, well, I want to charge you a bit more. So I said, hey, 我现在就可以搬进去了，已经很干净。我现在就能搬进去了，已经很干净。So both cases I'm saying, I can move in now. It's clean enough, right? Well, what's the difference between these two phrases?
如果你说我现在就可以搬进去，是说有情况已经让你住在里面没问题，可是你可能不一定很满意。
So here, the first situation where this is what I actually said on the phone call. I said, 我现在就可以搬进去了, right? I'm trying to tell them subtly, that the situation, the conditions of the house is sufficient enough for me to move in. Maybe it's not ideal, maybe it's not super clean, but I can do it. It's doable.
对，
If I said, sorry.
对，但是如果你说我现在就能住进去，是说我不太关心，对，不一定要很干净，不一定要很漂亮，什么样的地方我都觉得住起来没问题。
So in that case, if I use 我现在就能住进去了, it just sounds like, yeah, I can move in. Yeah, that's all right. This, I'm able to move in. Of course I am. But there on the phone call, when I said 我现在就可以住进去了, although technically it doesn't, I would say, quite fit with maybe the textbook definitions that you were provided at elementary level. In fact, I'm using that. I'm pointing out those rules. So when someone uses 可以, always think of what rules are you breaking? What conditions are you satisfying, not satisfying, going against, or requiring permission from?
对。
Alright guys, we hope you found this episode useful, and let's end with a quick recap.
第一个，你能不能帮我一个忙？
可以 or 不能。
第二个，今天我很忙，不能去你家玩。
So I'm very busy today, I can't go to your house. Remember, You can decide this. It's completely up to you. So it's 能。
对，再来，老师，我可以去厕所吗？
Teacher, can I please go to the bathroom? So here you're asking for someone's permission, so you need to use 可以。
或是，老师，我可以问一个问题吗？
Teacher, may I ask a question?
再来是，我会说中文，
I I have the skill of speaking Mandarin Chinese.
我会喝酒，
I can drink. I have acquired the skill of drinking.
还有明天会下雨。
Tomorrow it'll probably rain. Alright guys, that ends this episode of 能会可以. If you have any questions, again, put them in the comments below or in our forum. We'll see you again next time.
再见。
Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. My name's Fiona.
And my name's Gwillem. Today we have an elementary lesson, and it's all about asking for direction.
Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. My name's Fiona.
大家好，欢迎来到中文播客，我是 Constance。
You're watching an episode of
请问
Today's 请问 is a comprehensive guide to directional verbs and their complements. Now let's put aside the jargon, the lingo, right? What are directional verbs and what are their complements? First of all, during your studies, you've probably come across 上下来去进出
对
So all of these seem quite straightforward, right? To go up, to go down, to go in, to go out, to go towards, and to come towards.
go away。
To go away and to come towards. Separately, they're all fine, right? Very straightforward. However, in Chinese, we tend to want to expand on what we're saying a bit further. What do I mean by that? We often pair them up together. So, 进来进去
对
上来上
上
去
去出来出去，还有下来下去。
没错 Now, these, when you start pairing them together, is where most people start to get confused. You're like, where I'm going upstairs, but I'm going towards you, or am I? Is it from my perspective? And that's where things get a little bit tricky. But not to worry. Today we're going to give you plenty of examples and explain to you a bit of the concept behind how these directional verbs and their complements are used. So first, let's start with to go up and to go down, and specifically to go up towards you or to go down away from you. We're going to talk about 上来上去下来下去 and how these things are different. First, let's look at a short clip. Please excuse our acting. We thought it'd be better to kind of help you visualize it with an actual video clip of us talking about these terms.
对，你上来。
好，我上去。Okay, so what do we hear in this first clip?
第一个就是听到你上来，然后另外一个人说，Fiona 说好，我上去。
Okay, so in this first clip, we hear Constance say, you come up. So both of us were talking about going up.
对
However, one chooses to use 来 and one uses 去. Constance uses 来 and I use 去. Now, why is that?
因为对我来说，我要他上来到我这里，但是呢，Fiona 是要上去，要离开他站的那个地方。
So Constance wants me to come towards her location, and that's why she uses 来你上来 I'm leaving my position, and that's why I say 去好我上去
对
Now let's look at another clip.
我到了，你下来吧。
好，那我马上下去。
Alright, so in the second clip you can see all the direction is going down. It's all going downstairs.
对，因为 Fiona 在楼下，她在这个楼的下面，所以我就说，我下去，因为我从上面要下去。
So Constance is leaving her position, and because I'm downstairs waiting for her, I'm saying you come towards me. 好，你下来吧。Now, so in these first two clips, they're very classic uses of 来 and 去。Now let's look at maybe something slightly different.
，Constance，你也住这儿啊？对啊，我刚搬来。你住几楼？6楼，要不要上来喝个茶？好，那我们一起上去。好。
第三个比较特别，因为我们两个都在1楼。
The special thing about this clip is that we're both downstairs. However, and we're in the same place. However, one person chooses to use 来 and one person chooses to use 去. Now, what's going on there?
这里面有一个重点，因为我要请你到我家，所以呢，我说上来，意思是来我家，因为我觉得我已经在我的家，所以我改变我的看的那个视角。
Okay, so the special thing here is that Constance wants to invite me to her home. Suddenly, that point, that location switches to her house. Now, this is the interesting thing about directional complements in Chinese. The perspective can often shift. I can shift to Constance's perspective. Constance can shift her own perspective. It's not fixed, literally, where she's speaking. She can move it to her home, and that's why she says, 要不要上来? Would you like to come to my home? And that's why I go, sure, let's go up, let's go there, let's leave this place. 好，那我们上去吧。
对，因为对我来说那是我家，对我来说，但是对 Fiona 来说那是别的地方，所以上去，所以两个人的感觉不太一样。
Yeah, because it's Constance's home, so she's going towards that location, whereas I'm moving from my location to that new location.
没错。
Now let's move on to the two verbs 进 出, so to go in and out of a room. Now these two verbs often are complemented with 来 and 去.
对，所以我们常常说进来，进去，或是出来，出去。
So we'll often say 进来, so come in, or 进去, I'm going in, or 出去, I'm heading out, or 出来, so come out of that room. So when we're talking about going into a room, coming out of a room, the most common situation is when you knock, right? When you're like, excuse me, can I come in? And the person goes, yeah, sure, come in. Let's see how that plays out in Mandarin.
进来。
我进去喽，我也进来喽。好。
So how does this clip start, Constance?
一开始是有人敲门，那么郭冷就说进来，因为他在房间里面，所以他说进来，因为往他这个方向。
So please come towards me. Enter into the room and come towards me. Now I say, sure. I'm going to enter into that room. I'm going to 进, and then I'm going to leave my position and go towards you. So 进来,进去.
对。
However, you say something funny. Why don't you say the same thing as me? So I say, 我进去咯, but then you say,
我也进来喽。
我也进来了.
这里有两个可能，一个是对我来说，我要进去这个房间，所以我很快要进去。那郭冷在里面，所以我觉得我马上已经要到这个房间，我就改成进来，因为好像我换到了郭冷的这个角度去看，所以我会说我进来。
So the first possibility is that because you're entering into the room so quickly, your perspective kind of changes, right? Or it switches to Guillem's perspective.
所以我已经进来房间了。可是呢，还有一个可能，我们说话的时候很自然，有的时候会重复对方讲的话，因为郭冷说进来，然后我也要进去，所以我会说好，我进来了，就好像重复他讲的话。
So the second possibility is that it's very natural for us to mimic another person, right? So if you're like, come in, you'd be like, okay, I'm coming in.
对。
进来，好，那我也进来了。
对。
So again, there's two possibilities. First is mimicking someone. So maybe this is a good tactic or strategy to take on. If someone's like 进来, you can be like, 好，我进来了。But I think a more important thing to note, maybe not to reproduce per se at this point, but to notice that Chinese often shifts perspective, both in terms of between people, but sometimes also within time and space. It's actually more flexible than, for example, compared to English.
就好像因为看到影片，我们正在走进去，所以很难决定是来还是去。没错。
Now we're going to show you 3 more clips where you're going to see these directional verbs and their complements in practice.
Hansen 走在附近逛街，你要不要出来？
不要，太阳好大，我不要出去。
喂，Hansen，你快出来！看明星好像有人在拍电影。
真的吗？我马上出去。
你要下去看看，好不好？
但下去以后要怎么上来？
Now let's move on to the third part of this video. We've established that we have a main directional verb and then we tag a complement onto it. Okay, keep that thing in mind because now we're going to talk about upstairs, downstairs, and going upstairs and going downstairs. In Chinese, they sound very similar. Let's first talk about going upstairs and going downstairs.
因为上跟下，它们除了是一个方向的名词，它们也可以当做动词。所以如果你要说 going upstairs，你可以说上楼。
上楼. Remember, Chinese mostly is chronological, right? So I'm going up the floor.
对，
上楼, 下楼, I'm going down the floor.
所以这个时候上跟下都是动词，不要弄错。
So these two, in this situation, 上 and 下 are verbs. Remember, one more time. We're going up the floor, we're going down the floor. 上楼, 下楼. Now let's learn the nouns for upstairs and downstairs.
因为上跟下如果当成是方位的话，那就要放在名词的后面。
Okay, so when we change 上 and 下 to indicate location, we move it behind the noun. Now, if we simply switch it over, 楼上 is upstairs, 楼下 is downstairs.
对。
Again, this all sounds pretty straightforward when we're talking about them separately, but in a sentence, when you're speaking to someone, it's easy to get these things wrong. For example, Ellen often struggles with 楼上楼下下楼上楼. So we're going to get it very clear for you today. For example, if I'm asking you, 你在楼上还是在楼下? What am I asking you? First we hear 楼, then we hear 上 and 下, right? So I'm asking you if you're upstairs or downstairs. In this case, it's a clear noun, right? We're
对，
talking
你
about
在
upstairs.
楼的上面还是楼的下面？
楼的下面。
对。
Now, if I want to come towards you, right, I need to go downstairs to go find you. What would I say?
下楼，我下楼去找你。
我下楼去找你. So I'm going down the floor to find you. 我下楼去找你. Or 我上楼去找你.
对。
So when you just heard 我上楼 or 下楼去找你, this 去 isn't really to go. Rather, we're kind of using the verb that we just learned before, 上去 and 下去, that 去, 我上楼去找你. I'm making my direction very, very clear to you.
对，所以如果你不说这个去也可以，因为不确定是到底是coming toward 还是 going away， 那你就说我上楼找你，或是我下楼找你也可以。
So you can omit this 去, right? If the direction, if you're not clear whether you're moving or going away from this point or going towards a speaker, you can just say 我下楼找你. I'll go downstairs to go find you.
对。
Now let's use this concept of 楼上楼下, so upstairs, downstairs, and 上楼下楼. We can use the same concept and apply it to slightly different nouns. For example, let's take car. Okay. So if I'm saying 我上车, what does that mean?
我要进到车子的里面。
Yeah. So I'm getting into the car, right? The focus is on the action of me going into the car. And if I'm getting out of a car, I would say 我下车, just like 我上楼下楼, the same concept. The key thing is the thing in the front. Right, if the 上 and 下 is at the front, it means that you're emphasizing the motion or the action. But if the noun is in the front, you're focusing on the thing you're talking about.
没错。 所以如果你说我在车上，其实不是我在车子上面，这个是中文跟英文在用这个上下的观念不一样的地方。我在车上，意思是我在车子里面，因为当然我不会在车子的上面对。那同样的，我们就不会听到有人说我在车下，因为车下就真的是 under 的。
走，却不敢回头。我知道你没在背后，空气寂寞，呼吸都开不了口，无法整理的情绪散落四周，变成彼此就不用陌生身份在你的从此以后。爱过你这件事，是我最幸运的事。你心里的位置，遥不可及的奢侈。背对着背，背对着我们不知的相思，守护着各自的城市。你这件事，是我最幸运的事。我心里的位置，也曾为你坚持。如果回忆不慢慢消失，变成悲伤的故事，我们都早结尾早逝。空气寂寞，呼吸都开不了口，无法整理的情绪散落四周，变成彼此就不要陌生身份在你的从此以后。爱过你这件事，是我最幸运的事。你心里的位置，遥不可及的奢侈。背对着背，背对着我们不知的相思，守护着各自的城市。爱过你这件事，是我最幸运的事。我心里的位置，可你曾为你坚持。如果回忆不慢慢消失，变成悲伤的故事，我们都早结尾早逝。你这件事，是我最幸运的事。你心里的位置，遥不可及的奢侈。背对着背，背对着我们不知的相思，守护着各自的城市。爱过你这件事，是我最幸运的事。我心里的位置，可你曾为你坚持。如果回忆不慢慢消失，变成悲伤的故事，我们都早结尾早逝。
当一个人坐在窗边，眼泪不自觉划过心间，回忆往事就像和田内，独自感叹时间突然。看着那是我们的照片，为何你和我说了再见？感觉你我已经好久不见，时过境迁，沧海桑田。我们说好的不分别，永远 了另一边。谢谢你离开我，让我学会坚强。谢谢你的残忍，让我变了模样。看清了你的心，我在悲痛中成长。你曾是我心中最暖的阳光，那一年的时光，那孤独的朝阳。如今你在何方？我已不敢去想象。我们说好不分开，我愿没有那么远。可是你违背我们的誓言，把我推向了另一边。谢谢你离开我，让我学会坚强。谢谢你的残忍，让我变了模样。看清了你的心，我在悲痛中成长。你曾是我心中最暖的阳光，那一年的时光，把孤独照亮。如今你在何方？我已不敢去想象。
Oh my god, that was exhausting.
谢谢你离开我，让我学会坚强。谢谢你的残忍，让我变了模样。看清了你的心，我在悲痛中成长。你曾是我心中最暖的阳光，那一年的时光，把孤独都照亮。如今你在何方？我已不敢去想象。如今你在何方？
I don't like that pen.
不忍去想象。气温慢慢地爬上去，眼神像在说爱你。老气息还那么干净，怎么说要离开你？夏天静悄悄地过去。成长的你是否清醒？
还真把自己当主人了。猪猪侠、小呆呆、你们都给我过来！
怎么了，迷糊教练？
干嘛对企鹅队那么好？他们可不是什么好球队，不仅喜欢乱拿东西，还老是装可怜。
副教练原来是这么看我们的。
我就知道这个世界没有爱。
我们的苦难谁来理解？走吧，人家都不欢迎我们，我们还留下来干嘛？
等等，你们别走啊！ 樱木教练，你也太小心眼了吧！
每天从早忙到晚，为了家人疼痛。
Oh, there's Mickey. Where's SpongeBob? I want to watch SpongeBob. Is that the Emoji Movie? Oh wow. From all the movies, they would dub that stupid movie. I'm seeing the same thing over and over again, I think. I don't think I can find it. I think that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, it looks like it. Tom and Jerry. I don't see SpongeBob. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if that's in Spanish or Mandarin or not.
每天从早忙到晚，为了家人疼痛也不想停下来。芬必得排布勒芬缓释胶囊0.3克装，持续12小时缓解轻至中度疼痛，不为疼痛止步。芬必得品牌。
挑战一来再来，但我绝不让步，胜利非我莫属。面对头屑挑战也一样，选择青阳男士，爆发男士头屑战斗力，头屑反复强力击退。新青阳男士100%男士定制。
笑出强大，益达。
兄弟，撑住啊！
哎呦，我撑了。
一饿就热爆，热货来条试一下。
怎么样？来这个。试一下，横扫饥饿，做回自己。
Patrick, look, I got my bow. I'm sorry, Patrick. It's just for a second I thought.
This is in English. I don't want it in English. Alright. SpongeBob in Mandarin. How am I gonna search for it? SpongeBob. Cancel. I've seen it and I've seen it. I know they dubbed it. And I could use watching SpongeBob right now. It makes me feel like SpongeBob. In Chinese. Oh, I found it. Okay. I think I can. Hi, Mian. Oh, found it. Bao Bao. Bao Bao. No, that's not the character. Bao. I think this is it. Yeah, found it. Bam. So that's what it's called. Oh, look at that. I found episode 1. No, that's not. No. I think this is. Okay, let's do this one. It's really difficult to find that.
准备好了吗，孩子们？
Yes, found it.
开小声喽！哦，是谁住在深海的大风里里？风风火火，丝丝自如。如果四处探险是你的愿望，跟着球球甲板让大地开路。准备。
我爱极限运动。再多一点点虾，拍拍拍，拍拍拍大衣。你看看蟹堡王的完美复制虾堡，一份美味蟹堡特有的。
有点干，没什么味道。再来20个。
哎，你们看，疯狂特技队又要表演疯狂特技了。我们去凑热闹。
帮个忙好不好？
没问题，兄弟。
哎。
快点想不到了。
我帮你。
Oh, I've seen this episode. There's that old lady. There she is. Oh no, there she is.
先过去救那个老太太，救你自己。
Got it.
小鬼。
小鬼。Is there subtitles? Oh well, I guess I'll turn my ears somewhere else.
厉害强哥，玩命哥，神勇老奶奶，疯狂特技队，疯狂特技队，你看到没？那是什么？
哦，他们就是疯狂特技队，宇宙无敌厉害神勇的极限运动家。
极限什么？
极限运动。
极限点点，不公平了！你身上已经有很多点点了耶。哦，等我一下下。好了，我身上也有点点了。
我们想加入你们的极限点点队。你们看，我们从头到尾已经有很多点点喽。
想要点点。
天哪，天哪，点点，点点，极限点点，是极限运动，不是点点。既然你们想加入特技队，那就先秀一下吧。没问题了，只要跳上去就可以了。哎，回来了！
我们怎么上来的？
我们的特技对你们来说太难了，我们应该教你们一些简单的动作。你们喜欢玩什么运动啊？哦，我知道了，我们就来玩一下跳绳。跳绳啊，秀一下吧。看在一起，预备备，各就各位，预备，跳绳。
极限喽！哎，另一头是谁的了？
当然是我了，快拍在一起。
哦，我好朋友是海绵宝宝，他有一个方块头。跳到水上的时候，我会偷出来他衣服。
哇，什么？
好奇怪，我的脸漏水了。
你的脸没有漏水，只是因为一直运动才会流汗。
运动啊！哦，我不喜欢运动了。
极限了！哎，那一点也不极限，让特技队秀给你们看吧！抓紧喽，老奶奶！疯狂特技队！给他们好看啦！
好了啊！
That's so ridiculous.
耶嘿！看到没？
看到没
极限运动应该要很劲爆，
要很劲
爆啊！我也很劲爆哦。叶子，咻，极限吧！
SpongeBob is my spirit animal.
小朋友要玩极限运动就要
I'm
玩
changing my Facebook
给他们
status
好
today.
看吧！看我的！
我的天哪！
极限了！刚刚那才叫做极限，你们懂了没？大概懂了。格斗算极限吗？格斗是超极限的啦！
我要干净的格斗，谁都不准丢垃圾上台来哦。我们投降！差点没命了。
小朋友，那不是格斗，闪边去，这才叫格斗。嘿，哇，那个举得开心！
替我报仇！
好残忍！
好痛！这个更残忍！
小鬼，这个才叫极限啦！你们现在学会了没有？
哦，会了。
你们还会什么？有一种运动是派大星最擅长的。
那在箱跳水。
Alright, I'm pausing this. Yeah. It's only 10 a.m. I studied like 3 hours, I think. No info's going in anymore. Alright, well, I'm gonna end this stream because I'm not being useful anymore. Hopefully